This video is sponsored by Displate. Now, I've actually been a customer of Displate for quite a while now. I've bought a lot and decorated my entire house with a lot of them, including this Captain Underpants one that's really cute and I really like it. And now I'm finally being sponsored by them, which is pretty cool. Displate is a one-of-a-kind metal poster designed to capture your passions. They're officially partnered with Star Wars, Marvel, DC, and many more to bring you sick designs on very sleek metal posters. You don't have to go through the annoying process of getting tools and damaging your walls or anything like that. They're so quick to put up, it literally takes me like 20 seconds max to wipe the area I'm putting them, put the protective leaf, and then put the magnet on, and then boom, the display. Look at that. And one of the coolest things is that if I wanted a different display here, look, check it out. Look at that. I can just change it at will. I think one of the coolest reasons to buy a display, other than how sick they look, is because every time you buy one, they plant a baby tree and donate to non-profit organizations around the world that also help plant trees and take care of them. So every time you buy a metal poster, you're actually helping the planet, which is pretty sick. And you can use my special link in the description to get 1 to 2 displays for 23% off. 3 and more also get 29% off. Just use my link in the description. Nickelodeon. It's my name with Elodian at the end. Elodian was a channel that housed many childhoods. Yours, mine, and ours. They had show after show of iconic characters, hilarious moments, and incredibly damaging behind-the-scenes situations from creepballs. We all like to watch these shows though because they're a time capsule of a golden era of comedy. They all contain characters that we praise and adore. I've mentioned this all before, but I was wrong. I was very wrong. Around literally 2 years ago, Jesus, I ripped into Tori Vega being the worst character on her show, and I used Carly Shay as an example of being a main character that would be the first thing that you think of in their own show. But I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. See, on my 17th rewatch of iCarly, I noticed something horrific. I noticed that Carly Shay, the main character of the show, is a bad person. She is very bad. She's a bad person. Bad. In this entire show about loving hilarious wacky characters sits Carly, the demon, in the forefront. Now, Miranda Cosgrove, she's pretty cool actually. I love her music. Sparks fly, it's like electricity. You know, that's a banger. But Carly, oh boy. You see, I can't believe that I've been this blind growing up. In the show Redacted and Josh, Miranda Cosgrove plays Megan, a devious, troublemaking little sister. It's straightforward and we know her evil actions, but in iCarly, she plays a much more sinister and manipulative character. Honestly, she deserves an Oscar for this type of subtlety and manipulation that this character brings to this role. This is a character in the same ranks as American Psycho and frickin' Joseph Gordon-Levitt from 500 Days of Summer. It is a character that manipulates all of her friends into guilt and greed for her own fame and prosperity. Now you might be thinking, Nick, don't you think you're being a little harsh on a character from an Elodian show? Oh no, I am not. These shows are religions for people currently 15 to 26. They've been running our lives this entire time, all of these Nick shows, and bringing these terrible morally flawed characters to light is my passion. Now, in Victorious, I mentioned how Tori was stale, very mean, and a lot less talented than the rest of the other characters in that show. It was a show about creativity in this weird art high school, and she was a template to morph into something creative and just never ended up being so. And in iCarly, it's kind of similar. You have these kids who host an incredibly popular web show that's all about being weird and wacky and sometimes bullying. Remember kids, bullying is okay if it's being live streamed, and all the other characters in the show are weird, they're random, they're hilarious, and in the middle of all of that is Carly, who is also weird, just as weird as everyone else, but yet she gets all of the credit, all of it. It's all her. She gets all the money probably too. Now this isn't something only I am saying, because even the show lightly talks about this too. It talks about how Carly gets all the credit and the fame and everything, how she gets everything even though they all do the equal amounts of work. There's a whole episode about it actually, but guess what? It kind of just moves on from it without any real change to her character, and everyone else just kind of accepts that they are lower than the great Carly. You are lower than Carly. Carly is better than you, and you will accept that. Now, there is a new reboot with iCarly where she's grown up and half of the original characters are gone, and I will not be talking about her character in that because it does not matter. This show is honestly not in my headcanon. It's a dream that Spencer is having while he took psychedelics from Lubert, the mole guy. In this house, we only care about the original, the true original, the one where iCarly is a gaslighting, manipulative girl boss. She's mean to her friends, she's mean to her brother, she's rude to homeless people, which, by the way, I joined this Facebook group from 2009 called "Dear iCarly, stop making hobo jokes. They aren't that funny." And I agree. I completely agree. I've been saying this for years. You know, they posted some pretty good stuff on this Facebook group. Let me tell you that. On November 23rd, 2009, they posted, "Need more fans." Well, that's not really about iCarly's hobo jokes, but you know what else? The next day, they posted, "Need more fans. Please invite your friends." I mean, you know, this is from 2009. I'm sure they got enough fans by now, right? But on the third day since the group was made, we finally started addressing the issues. Hobos can't afford cable. Yeah, they couldn't afford electricity and a home. So why is that funny? You know what? I completely agree. When they make that joke, I was like, ooh, Carly, you know that hobos can't afford homes either. So saying that they can't afford cable, that's just not funny. It just doesn't make sense, you stupid. But don't forget, we need more fans against iCarly's hobo problem. December 23rd, 2009, that chung chung noise from Law & Order. This was a turning point for the group. Honestly, I'm considering leaving if we don't get back on the topic. But you know what? They pulled me back on February 18th, 2010 when they posted, "I walked outside my house, saw a hobo, then ran back inside." Seriously? That's supposed to be funny? You know what? Yeah, fuck iCarly. This show is very problematic towards homeless people. I do not like this show. James Carson agrees. Hobos can't afford cable, he says. James, we touched on that issue last year. Can you pay attention? Come on. We have larger issues to deal with here. December 2nd, 2012, they posted, "Well, everyone, iCarly's done, and they haven't made a hobo joke since season 2. Wait. You made 2 posts about the homeless jokes in the span of 3 years. I'm starting to think that this Facebook group is a scam. Am I all alone? Am I all alone against the Carly hate? Am I the only one that's really fighting this? I put too much time into this group. I put too much effort. I'm sharing this to thousands, and this is it? This is all you got for me, Facebook group? Come on." Now I'm rethinking my views on Carly. Is she actually not that bad? Is she actually a good person? Is she actually not the worst character on the show? No, she still sucks hard, dude. Think about the characteristics of each character. You have Sam. She's loud, funny, she's angry, and she knows herself. You have Freddy, a dork, a nerd, but he knows that, and he loves it. He's true to himself. Gibby, he embraces who he is with glory and love. Spencer, an artist that is always looking out for everyone around him. Now Carly, who is she? Who is this girl? Who is our main character? Who is the Carly in the iCarly? What specific characteristics separate her from everyone else around her? None. Zero. She is not special, and instead puts everyone else down for being so different and weird around her. Even though her show is weird and quirky and random and crazy, she doesn't embrace any of that, and instead when she sees that kind of stuff in real life, she bullies people. She bullies weirdos. She bullies everyone.
I wish you'd been born normal. Do it! Admit it! Calm down! It's unusual.
She's shallow and mean. I mean, at one point when she's head over heels for a hot bad boy, she stops liking him. Why, you ask? Because he has stuffed animals. He is a perfect guy, except for the fact that he likes stuffed animals. Because he has stuffed animals. Note that this girl is a girl who feeds her bigger brother baby food when he's in a cradle. Note that this is a girl that literally does whatever this is in front of thousands on the internet. But a hot guy who has stuffed animals? That's way too much. That's weird. That's not attractive to me anymore. This is not the only time that she's like this. Carly's entire character, her actual only characteristic in comparison to everyone else, is that she's always searching for a boyfriend. She flirts with a lot of cute boys, but no one is ever right for her. You have Freddy, who has a crush on her and has loved her throughout the entire show, but naturally gets with Sam instead. Much better choice. Makes much more sense because Sam is not as toxic as Carly, even if she carries around weapons everywhere. Throughout the show, Carly uses the crush that Freddy has in order to manipulate him to do almost anything for her. Like, it's one thing having him be the tech guy for your show, and you know, he can have a healthy crush or whatever, but Carly uses that. She uses that crush. She uses it so he'll do anything for her, getting her stuff, doing chores for her. It's so evil. In one episode where Freddy saves her life from a car accident, but you know, he ends up getting hurt instead, she gives into his crush for a little thanks, you know, for saving her life. It's manipulative. It's mean. And throughout the show, she strings him along in many ways, sometimes even when he's with Sam. But at the end of the show, she kisses Freddy. What? What? Why would she do that? Why? It's the most mind-boggling character moment in the entire show. She doesn't like Freddy. She still doesn't. He's growing past his crush and everything and moving on. So why, Carly? Why must you be so manipulative? Like Sam, she's manipulative at times, but you know, she knows that she is. She embraces it. But Carly, being a character that seemingly doesn't know how they are, is so much worse. When Sam and Freddie are together, she didn't even respect their relationship. Heck, she tried breaking them up more than anything else. Sure, they had their issues, but Carly much rather them not be together than working through them. Carly was annoyed by them being together the entire time, and when Sam accidentally blurted out the fact that they kissed, Carly was more disgusted by that fact than anything. She's a bad friend, a very bad friend. Think about Tebow, the most lovable character in the entire show, just casually hanging out at the apartment. Guess what Carly does? She bans him from the apartment just for watching a movie on their couch. He's not doing anything wrong, he's so sweet, he's just watching a movie there, and she bans him. It breaks his little heart. It breaks his little heart and it makes me cry. She is so mean for no reason. So when he rightfully bans him from the Groovy Smoothie, she's like, what? Yo, why are you banning me? Even though she deserves it. She's petty even when she deserves her retaliation from Tebow. I mean, the whole reason that Tebow was hanging out at the apartment is because that Freddie's mom was driving him crazy. But Carly doesn't care. Carly doesn't care about anyone's problems, just like the way that she bullies homeless people. Basically, Carly Shay is a mean person in the show iCarly. Every character is so lovable and sweet, but as evidence of all of the things that I've shown you, she is no doubt the spawn of Satan. Carly, more like barley, you know, the cereal grain. Yeah, that's what you are. You're a grain. Yeah.